Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Brains Coach podcast. My name is Angela Shurina. I'm your host. I'm your Brains Coach, also executive coaching coach with 15 years of experience in the areas of health, wellness, productivity, mindset, coaching, emotional regulation, and to sum it up, brain, body, work tools. So you could take better control of your thoughts, of your emotions, of your work, most importantly, of your actions. So you could create the life experience that you absolutely love living. Guys, today is Friday, and Friday is going to be our storytelling day, which is going to actually tell a lot more stories. By that, I mean, I'm working on my storytelling skills because what I'm learning is that humans learn the best through stories. The most transformational moments of our lives, unless we are experiencing them personally, happen through other people's stories. Stories captivate us. We remember them better, and we see ourselves in them easier. And because of that, we learn lessons better. We are more likely to apply them. And because of that, any information that is wrapped in a story container is so much more likely to transform us. So let me try. Another Friday, another hike up Lion's Head. 669 meters up. It's like a steep staircase with some climbing. It's become a routine now, guys. A yawning kind of start of the day, to be honest. Very often I start the hike while yawning and still waking up, barely seeing where I'm going because it's still dark, and I usually try to catch sunrise on the top, and it takes me about 40 minutes. But I still remember my first climb. It was during South African winter, so it was raining and on a chilly side. It was dark. I didn't know a soul I was meeting. I didn't know where I was going. I just ordered Uber and pointed to Lion's Head parking lot. Even while driving in the Uber, guys, it felt like going to the parking lot felt like scaling up mountain, and it felt already like of too much of an adventure for someone who is coming from flat as a pancake, Siberia. I think the tallest thing I climbed to that point was, I don't know, a few flights of stairs. The summit felt impossible back then. Crazy. I thought to myself, where am I going? Where do you go? Where are you going, Angela? Like strangers you've never met before, to some mountain that you've never climbed before and you just saw it somewhere far away. Summit felt like impossible. It felt crazy. And I also thought I had fear of heights. So I had a lot of fear as well. But now, 6+ climbs later, I stopped counting some time ago. It feels, every time I do it, it feels like another stroll. I yawn while walk half up there. No more fear. No, nothing really. It feels very ordinary. And also, no peak seems too high to reach. Whenever someone points to another mountain and asks me if I want to climb it, I'm like, yeah, someday. Why not? And this hike every week reminds me of two things, guys. Number one, you change. Like you on the other side of this microphone change. Who you think you are, what you like, what you can do, and what you can accomplish. These are beliefs coming from your past, not from your potential. Our brain is really good at tricking the past, but the future, not so much. You don't truly know who you are until you've become it. And number two, Your peaks prove you can do it. When a challenge feels impossible, and guys, that can be like right now for me, business challenge. It seems like, Angela, what are you trying to do? You've never done this before. Who are you kidding? Can you really do that? Can you build multi-million-dollar business? And it feels impossible because I've also never done this. And it's something similar to fear of heights, because again, I've never done it and I've never gone beyond where I am right now. But looking back at the challenges, at the peaks that I've already conquered, it reminds me, like this hike reminds me, at some point you also thought that was impossible and you still did it. And now it feels like a yawning experience. So keep looking up. You don't know your limits. And then keep looking back, because it reminds you how far you've come and what you're capable of doing when you just don't quit. Guys, it's Friday. It's January 10th in this side of the world, on this side of the microphone. And if you feel right now overwhelmed, or you have your goals, your aspirations, but when you get down to work, you start doubting yourself, just look back for one purpose only. Remind yourself of all the mountains you've conquered that at some point also felt impossible. And then look back up, look forward. There is a reason why you want to climb that peak. Something in you knows that you have the potential to make it happen. And that sums up my Friday. Go climb something closer to you as well, even if just to remind yourself you can and you have what it takes to climb challenging peaks. And every time the goal starts feeling impossible, look back and remind yourself how far you've come. And that's it for today. Let me know what you thought about this storytelling and how I've done. I'm going to be working on my storytelling abilities to facilitate more change and transformation for my clients and all the people that I want to help, everyday superheroes who want to unlock more of their potential to make awesome things happen in the world. Email me, angela@brainbreakthroughcoach.com, or maybe rate this podcast. That would be really awesome on any platform where you find it. And tell me how I did with my first attempt at storytelling on this podcast. By the way, the book that I'm using to improve my storytelling and learn different tricks and tips that work in the world of business, in life, coaching, and transformation, Stories Sell. So that's the name of the book. Pick it up, check it out. I promise you that you're going to have some mind-opening experiences while reading the book. Like, for example, I never thought that what the story is a 5-second transformation. If the story doesn't transform the listener, it's not a story. It's just a collection of facts. So that was a mind-blowing experience that allows me to never look at storytelling the same that I did before ever again. And just knowing this fact will allow me to become a better storyteller already. And stories transform, stories sell, stories change the world, stories change what people do. Nothing like a good story that does all of that. So check out the book, Stories Sell. Let me know how I did with my storytelling via email, angela@brainbreakthroughcoach.com, on my Instagram, angela_brainbodycoach, one word, or leave a review on any podcast platform. And don't forget to share this podcast with at least one other person who is inspired and committed to making great things happen in this world. So they also have mindset tools to get through overwhelming and something that causes anxiety and feels impossible, get to the other side. So we have more transformations and beautiful things built in the world. Thank you for listening. Have an amazing day ahead. And till next time, keep climbing your mountains.